I'm feeling so sharp right now. I brought in a new team, new strength and conditioning coaches, new nutritionists.
Jake Paul has done it again, announcing his next big fight as though he's already crowned himself the undisputed champion. Classic Jake living in his bubble of delusion where every matchup is a guaranteed win. This time
Jake Paul, it's clear to me you are desperate for a reality check.
his opponent isn't a retired athlete or overhyped YouTuber. It's Andrew Tate, the guy who doesn't need a paycheck from boxing because he's already swimming in cash. Sorry, Jake, but your chances of winning this one are practically zero.
There's a lot of pressure because you're putting your ego on the line, and secondly, because you have to dedicate yourself to a training camp completely and fully. You can't just do one pad session and put it on the fucking internet and talk about being a fighter. You need to dedicate yourself and try hard and set a date where you have a fair competition against another man and put it on the line.
But those delusions won't save you when Tate steps into the ring. Tate's not here for your stage hype or Instagram persona. He's here to shut you up and make a point. Get ready to kiss that false bravado goodbye, because this time, you're not just losing, you're going to be absolutely dismantled. Tate's about to tear you apart, and honestly, we can't wait. Andrew Tate is a kickboxing champion, internet provocateur, and currently under house arrest. The only shocking thing here is that Jake somehow thinks anyone's still buying his circus act. Another day, another overhyped spectacle designed to scream, "Look at me," instead of, "I'm a serious athlete." Jake isn't fooling anyone, least of all, me. Let's rewind for a moment. Andrew Tate called Jake out years ago, when Jake was still throwing weak punches at fellow YouTubers and pretending he was revolutionizing boxing. What did Jake do? Ghosted him. Fast forward to 2024, and suddenly, Jake sees a golden opportunity. Or should I say a golden payday. Tate's controversies have made him a household name, and now Jake smells money like a shark smells blood. But here's the kicker.
Managed to become a fucking clown, the biggest clown on the fucking internet.
But Andrew Tate has been under house arrest for 6 months. 6 months. The man hasn't stepped inside a gym, let alone a boxing ring.
Andrew Tate has been under house arrest for 6 months. He hasn't even stepped inside a gym, let alone a boxing ring. Meanwhile, Jake's out in Miami flexing, pretending this is some epic showdown. Yeah, super brave of you, Jake, to call out a guy who can't even leave his driveway. Calling it a fight is generous. This is a carefully calculated cherry pick, disguised as a blockbuster event. Jake's all over social.
I'm on month 6 of house arrest so far, and we'll see how long this continues for, so I'm going to have to miss it, unfortunately.
And Jake's not even trying to hide it. He's all over social media hyping this up like it's the fight of the century. Meanwhile, Tate, housebound and all, still manages to exude more confidence than Jake has in his entire career. Tate flat out said he could beat Jake.
Social media hyping up this match like it's the fight of the century, while Tate, housebound, still exudes more confidence than Jake has in his entire career. Tate even said he could beat Jake with just 6 months of training, while Jake, who's been boxing for years, still struggles unless his opponent is older than his dad or fresh out of retirement. It's clear Jake's hoping Tate's legal situation gives him a disadvantage because, let's be honest, Jake doesn't want to fight. He wants a guarantee. And let's talk about this fight's massive potential.
Yeah, no, I think deep down he wants me to win 100%, but
Tate's predicting 1.5 million pay-per-view buys, translating to $90 million in revenue. Sure, it sounds impressive, but let's not be fooled. Tate's fan base isn't just big, it's loyal. The man could probably sell tickets to a thumb wrestling match. Jake's fans, on the other hand, seem more interested in the drama and memes than in his actual boxing. Sure, Jake has millions of followers, but how many are truly invested in his fights? Let's not even get started on Jake's track record. He's built his career on beating people who are retired, untrained, or just there for a paycheck. His 6-1 record might look decent on paper, but dig deeper and it's a parade of cherry-picked fights. And, meanwhile, Andrew Tate's combat sports resume makes Jake look like a backyard wrestler. Tate's a 4-time kickboxing world champion with over 40 professional wins.
Truly groundbreaking stuff.
some of my idols, Anderson Silva, to win Knockout of the Year, cover of Sports Illustrated. Like, I've accomplished my goals and beyond.
His fights were about winning titles, not boosting a YouTube channel. Jake's boxing career, on the other hand, started as a joke and has barely evolved since. The gap in experience is laughable. Yet Jake somehow thinks this fight will cement his legacy. Here's the funniest part, the social media war. Jake might have more followers, but Tate's audience is on another level. They're not just followers, they're an army.
You want to fight, you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life.
But here's the funniest part, the social media war. Jake might have more followers, but Tate's audience is on another level.
They show up, engage, and dominate the narrative. Jake's fans, on the other hand, seem more interested in roasting him than supporting him. Good luck winning the PR battle, Jake. You're going to need it. But the pay-per-view projections for this fight are as inflated as Jake's ego. Jake's nodding along to Tate's 1.5 million buy prediction like he's already cashing the checks. At $60 a pop, that's a jaw-dropping $90 million in revenue. Add $5 million from gate sales and $10 million for sponsorships, and you're looking at over $100 million for a fight that's all hype and no substance. Jake's pay-per-view strategy has been called everything from exploitative to outright scammy. Fans are fed up with forking over $60 just to watch Jake's hop around the ring pretending to be the second coming of Muhammad Ali, while his opponents are either pulled out of retirement or clearly unprepared. But hey, why offer a legitimate fight when you can sell a fantasy instead? Jake knows it.
Probably like 1.5 million pay-per-view buys at like $60. So like 90 million just in pay-per-views, and then probably like another $5 million in gate, and then like $10 million in sponsorships. So like
Thanks for the subs.
$105 million.
His audience isn't paying for boxing, they're paying for drama, and somehow he keeps getting away with it. Jake's training camps for this fight look more like a reality show than actual preparation. His Miami sessions seem more like photo shoots than boxing drills, with sun-soaked beaches, flashy gyms, and perfectly curated Instagram moments. Meanwhile, Tate claims he'll be training in the mountains of Bosnia for 6 months, painting a picture straight out of a gritty Rocky montage. Sure, maybe Jake and Tate will spar with polar bears in Alaska, but let's be real, Jake's version looks like a reality show, while Tate's is the real deal. As for their fight styles, Jake at 26 has youth and power on his side, but beyond that, he's all bark, no bite. His strategy? Swing wildly and pray for a knockout. Meanwhile, Tate's years of experience give him precision, speed, and a mental edge Jake could only dream of. If this fight happens, it won't just be physical. It'll be a mental game. And Jake's mental game is as sharp as a butter knife. Tate's challenge to Jake for private sparring session in Romania just adds to the drama. Tate even suggested the session could make millions, even if the footage never sees the light of day. Bold move, but Jake has been suspiciously silent. Maybe it's because sparring with Tate would expose the holes in his boxing skills. Jake's entire career is a carefully crafted
Easy, like I said, Jake and I could spar, of course, but that video would be worth millions of dollars, so...
illusion, and a sparring session with someone like Tate could shatter it in seconds. Let's not forget the fan reactions to the sparring challenge. Tate's followers are calling Jake a coward for ducking the offer, while Jake's fans claim sparring would give away too much of his strategy. But let's be real, Jake's strategy is swinging like he's in a bar fight and hoping it works out. There's nothing strategic about desperation. The buzz around this fight is exactly what Jake wants. Endless speculation, heated debates, and his name plastered all over social media. But let's not forget Jake's pattern. Every time he hypes a fight, it ends the same way. Negotiations mysteriously crumble, and Jake blames everyone but himself. Whether it's KSI, Tommy Fury, or now Andrew Tate, Jake has mastered the art of